All right, class, welcome back. This is going to be one of our last sections. It's so exciting. This is, in our current book is 9.5, but the topic is exponential and logarithmic functions. This video is only going to address how to write a logarithmic function as a exponential and vice versa. So what we need to know is we need to know this definition again. For a log, we need to make sure that the base is greater than 0 and that the base doesn't equal 1. And that's because we need a positive argument. Okay, the base is called the argument. And we need it not to be 1 because 1 to all those different powers is just 1. So here we go. So if we have some variable or some value and it equals to the log base b, this is how you'd say this, the log base b to the x, then this is the same as saying that if I took x, that would be equal to the same base as the log raised to the y. So that all seems kind of weird, so let's just see if we can kind of walk through this. So if I were given a logarithmic expression or equation here, and I wanted to write it as an exponential instead, then what this is saying is, well, how would you write this? Well, basically what you're going to do is you're going to say the base stays the same. Okay, but I'm going to switch these two numbers. So I'm going to switch x and y. This is the way I think of it. The base is always going to stay the same, and I'm just going to switch those two numbers. So 5 cubed is equal to 125, which is a true statement. 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. So this would be the log form, and this would be the exponential form. Okay, and again, these are equivalent expressions or equations to one another, just written in different formats. So the base stays the same. Again, log base b to the x is the same thing as b to the y in exponential form. So this one would be written as 6 to the negative 1 is equal to 1/6. This is also true. 6 to the negative 1 power is 1/6. This one would be written that 3 to the 1/3 is equal to the cubed root of 3, which again is also true. So all we're doing here is we're taking a log function or a log equation and writing it as an exponential in exponential form. Okay, now we want to take an exponential equation and write it as a log. So I'm going to refer back to this and say, well, if the base is 4 and it's being raised to the y, then I'm just going to switch the b and y, or the x and y, excuse me. So I'm going to say that log base 4, because the base is always 4, then it's going to be 256 equals 4. And again, these are equivalent equations. They say the same thing. One of them just is in log form and one of them is in exponential form. Okay, so the base stays the same and you just switch x and y. Okay, so this one will be log, our base here is 2, so log base 2. Then I'm going to switch the x and the y. So that's the log form of this exponential equation. Here I'm going to have log base 7, and then I'm going to switch x and y. All right, so that is just writing logs or understanding how exponential and logarithmic functions kind of interact with one another and how they're related.